Hi again. So I guess what I was trying to say earlier, and I kind of stopped myself because I wasn't really sure about really using the words that I really felt, which was so basically that it wasn't easy, but I remembered the last time when I thought I don't want to tell people it's hard. I don't want to tell people it's hard because I wanted them to continue to feel that it's worth trying to get here. But that was like ages ago anyway. That was something different, and I hadn't gotten to report that, which just, I don't know, but it's kind of upsetting. But we have a beautiful grass jungle right here. You might recognize the area. This is where the doves were, or somewhere around there. But so this person, they kind of told me that I doubted myself all the time or something. And I know you can kind of never, obviously I wouldn't know if, they might have really meant it that way. But I'm just talking about my feelings. And it made me feel the way it came across, either way, however much of that is mine, and however much of that they meant. But it made me feel like, kind of like, I feel like if all that's come across is like doubts, then it's like, what about the struggle? It hasn't been easy, and I've done all this anyway, no matter what I felt. And it's like, if it's not appreciated, then I don't have to try. Then I don't have to do it. And that happened. Because I'm just thinking about, I don't know, what if they hear it later and then because like I said, I don't know. They don't need to have meant it that way, but it's just something I felt. And and the other thing was the time when I was on Facebook and all these things about related to Noah's Ark came through, and it had just happened, that conversation. And I guess it was difficult to tell you earlier because it still kind of, you think, is that bad or something? But I didn't mean to not let it come through to hurt someone, but because something from this conversation just made me feel like it kind of hurt my feelings. That's what the sentence is. And normally a lot of times we say, doesn't this hurt my feelings? And it's doesn't always mean it was the other person that was hurtful, or our feelings could hurt anyway, even if it came from us. But I realized later that, yeah, these had been the actual right words. And I did do end up remembering after I arrived at those words, or those things, that if I heard it before from the person I learned from. I tried to make that focus here, but it wouldn't work. And I guess I had this almost, I want to call it, adverse reaction. I was like, no, I'm not learning that. And I feel like I might have blocked it off a little bit. I don't even want to be saying it, because it sounds like, well, I didn't want to. It wasn't really, I didn't mean it immediately, even though I talked about it for an hour, the whole arc thing. And even later I saw something, the rats, I haven't even told you about that. But it's kind of I wanted it to have like, I want people to know if there's anything that, if I pulled away from it, I would want people to know why. And especially after this talk, I was thinking, then the person can say later, see, I told you, you'd even doubt yourself that much that you came off it, but I didn't. Like, it would have been, or would be, because of the hard feelings from that conversation. But there are other things that keep happening too. She's just one person in my real life just enjoys hurting me so much, and they do not admit it. So, I guess I wouldn't have told you that. She's like, why am I like struggling so hard? I tried to, because it was not easy. And so, I guess earlier I didn't really get the words out, but I've thought them, so here you are. And I don't know where to take it from there, but I want to just live with hurt feelings, I guess, and yeah. So I wouldn't know whether or how like more of it can come through then with the arc and everything, like, because I kept thinking, why did I do that? But normally somehow they teach me in a different way. If I didn't get it in one way or didn't get it straight away, it keeps coming at me until I get it, which is also really cool, because it's like there's always still hope. There's always like, you know. But yeah. But I feel like there was something else I wanted to tell you, and I can't remember what. But also I remembered when I began this video thing more, well, I mean, when is the beginning? Like after I was saved, after Thanksgiving. Not straight after, but I mean like whenever, like at the beginning I made this video, I was thinking to do live videos, and then it doesn't let you, which I didn't know. So now I'm actually recording on my phone though, which before I was doing like recordings and then uploading them. So that might take the uploading out. However, I guess and at first I thought I would delete everything old, but then I was like, I kind of like the idea of having them. And then it could even upload them to elsewhere, or, you know, whoever, would just be loads. So maybe it won't make more sense but it wouldn't let me, and I didn't know why it doesn't let you like do live recordings on a mobile. Because clearly I would take my laptop out to try and attempt to like film something outside spontaneously. Whereas like that's just, obviously the phone is way more convenient, and later on I just began to think, I don't know if I want to know what the reasons are for what things may have been filmed with phones that shouldn't have been. I don't know, because what's the big problem? So, and then I kind of left it, and I thought for the future, but by now I've grown used to simply filming everything and then uploading it, and it also made sense. But today I'm like recording it on this phone, like through the app, I mean, so the YouTube app. So let's see how that is different. Yeah, and I don't know if it then saves it on my phone or not, but like it would solve it would solve the space problem. It would just be maybe easier, be more like a live video. But it had the one moment where I was kind of glad that it wasn't live. I guess, I don't know if you can still edit them later, maybe you can, but like mostly I've kept it all real, you know. And then it would have like worked really well with something like with the doves and everything, and you know it's live, and then it really is live, and then we can like learn together in that moment, and it would just be. But I guess at the time when I tried it, it was something I thought I should maybe do, and I guess I thought I should have the like whatever courage or whatever, because I think I was still evolving to it. But then I thought, you know, maybe in the future I'll be more comfortable. But now we're here, and I've just been doing it that way, and like there's no way of controlling what will happen in the next second. And it's beautiful, but I don't know if I'm there yet or not. But if I can't do it anyway, I don't know if you can and you have to apply for something and or I have to like look into it. But I mean, recording it from here. But I've been liking the idea that I would keep these videos, but also like storage. I mean, if I record something almost every day, it would just be so much.
Follow me.
But at the very beginning, I wrote it on Facebook and I was like, I don't know if that's needed, but I had this thought that if anything was to happen to my account, I'll definitely try to find a different way of putting the things through. So it's nice to, even if you have a technical problem and the account breaks down or things get deleted due to some reason, then you have like a backup. Some of the things I don't know, like, yeah, I really like that, but also feel like it would be a lot of storage for things that mostly you wouldn't really revisit since they're already online. But maybe that's a bit more of a solution if I record it straight from the app, then it's recorded and it'll upload like straight away and I don't have to, it can't accumulate. And then I can't say, oh, I meant to upload this and I have to put time and take the time to upload. But another sad thing is like, I'm thinking that, okay, cool, like if you guys, if people don't have any doubts, then they can go ahead and do these things themselves. And I do remember now that the person I learned from, well, there were more than one, but this one person, why can't they focus on this flower? Like, I remember it now, that they were in a similar situation. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe wasn't that wrong after all to be here. However, her work turned out fine. And then me, I don't know. What if it gets to me more? And I don't know if God put through everything that He wanted to put through. I say put through, but you know, still don't know. There's always so much more. Like, what I'm thinking, you know, whatever it was, He did want to teach me that I had kind of like not learned yet, and I feel like I haven't captured the arc thing. What if He, you know, the next second, you know, the next thing you know, there's even more new things to learn, and I just, who knows, sometimes you don't know why something needed to be said, but it did. And the same thing for, you don't know, there's no controlling of what needed to happen. I can't just, you know, that's an evolvement valve in itself, that you evolve out of the doubts. But again, I can't really say, don't really know if they meant it that way, but I can't really speak for them. But from my side, feelings at the moment felt like that, so. And then there are always other things. This one person in my real life, and I just don't know why they enjoy hurting me, but then they lie about it, and I still don't understand how you can really enjoy somebody else's pain. I could never feel it. Like, where's the enjoyment come from that? Where does it come from? It wouldn't really feel... How could I feel happy? And what do they think they achieved there? What do they think they achieved, you know? And it's about something that... And it's just like, I don't even know. It'd probably take a long time to explain that. Ooh, another thing happened that I wanted to... What I think I should already like begin to share my videos, because I feel like if I don't share them now, on Facebook, then people, I mean, I have shared some, but it's almost like, and almost like I want to be more comfortable with that already, because I am largely, but there's always a little bit where I think, oh, you know, I could have done this better, and I guess I wanted to be more ready, but it's now May, and it's been a long time. It's not only withheld it, but also, like, I mean, they're on YouTube and public, and anyone can find them, so I'm thinking, if God's not leading people here yet. But I did share some on Facebook, but like the new ones, what I wanted to tell you was, you know how you can select private, unlisted, or public, and so I always do public, and recently it's not been working, and I just kept lol, the lady distracted me, but yeah, I kept somebody looking at you, which kind of fits right in though. The whole everybody can see. Hi there, sun. Oh, the sun always reminds me of God, even though it's the sun. But my mom would say when I was little, when she said how you can imagine God to be, even though we are not meant to have like an image of him, but when you like wonder, I mean, compared to, let's say, the other option is me thinking that he kind of is like a human, then she would always, I mean, maybe there could be better words found, but I just want to say things fast sometimes. She would kind of say he's love and he's light, and that you can imagine him as light, even though, like, I know we don't want to like have an image and like imagine, it's not about what we can imagine him to be, but that the best comparison that we might know on this earth was light, and where we know the light from is the sun, so it always kind of imagine him as this like I would think of him as this bright light, and then whenever I looked at the sun, I kind of would, it also always reminds me of God, which is nice. And I wanted to pass that on without making it sound like create an image of him, but I think a lot of people do ask themselves what he looks like, which is not what it's about. But, and I mentioned it before, but there's this one guy who had a near-death experience and also confirmed that he said that there was this veil, that God was this light that was like the brightest light, yet it would not blind you. And I just thought, I've mentioned it before, but it's such a beautiful allegory, or just really explains I know it's not an allegory, but it's like the gentleness back to the subject, that in no matter how bright it was, and I guess I want to bring in pure light, I could imagine, because I'm sure that it's more pure than sunlight, which on earth, can we imagine anything purer than sunlight? But this is the light we know, so every time I see the sun, it reminds me of God. And I do think it was a good place to start, as opposed to, like, I mean, we've had the golden calf, we've had, you know, people making up their own, like, gods and what he ought to look like. So I guess the light is more stuff pure, and it's like more pure to like imagine him. I hope you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to imagine him, I want to know who he really is, but it's kind of better than thinking, hey, maybe a old man with a beard writing a book in heaven or something. Oh, I hope you guys know what I mean. Sometimes you don't have like the right words. And also, this was way before I got to do this, and I was just a kid, and so like, because when I pray to him, I mean, I gotta have something in my mind as to know that I'm praying to him, and like asking him, why do all people stare at me? that I'm asking of him, right? So I guess what it held in my mind was light and love. I just passing this on. This might be useful to somebody who doesn't know how to begin to think of him. Lol. Already 20 minutes. Well, there was another thing that happened. I was just thinking, should I put it in the same video or another video? But and even this thing with a person, like, I don't understand. And to take pleasure in someone else's pain, I don't understand where that leads them. And it's such a stark contrast to who I used to know them at when I thought I knew them, where I was not at the receiving end of those 5% where they're capable of that much hurt and damage. And they always like do it in such a way where it's so easy for them to lie about it. Like, for example, a tone, and then say, I don't know why you heard it in a different way, but I meant this and that. And really, I just don't see the benefit of like hurting somebody and you going through your life and then enjoying it. I just don't even. Right. Oh, there's something beautiful that had happened earlier. I don't know if I make this a new video because it's kind of a different like theme. But it also happened around now. Actually, it happened before I even saw the photo of the dove, but like I realized it fit right in because it was related to peace. I think I'll like start a new one because maybe if that person needed to hear that thing, then they can like, let's just try it out what it's like to start a new one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking note, and really appreciate your acceptance of me and all these things. I'll see you in the next one, and thank you, and do feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I would be very happy about that. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.